Welcome to Essential English Only.
Your practical English lessons in podcast format.
Hello, learners! Lizzie here, your everyday English tutor.
Hi there. I'm Lizzie, your English teacher. And today we're going shopping together. Imagine this. We just arrived at a big, modern mall. The air is cool, people are walking in every direction, and music plays softly from the stores around us. I'll guide you step by step through everything you might need to say, from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to speak confidently in real shopping situations and understand what people say to you with ease. As soon as I get out of the car, I realize the parking area is huge and there are several entrances. I see a security guard walking by and decide to ask for help politely. "Excuse me, could you tell me where the main entrance to the mall is?" He smiles and points to the right. I thank him and start walking, surrounded by the familiar sound of footsteps, shopping bags, and rolling suitcases. At the entrance, there's a large map of the mall and a friendly woman standing behind the information counter. I approach her with a smile and ask another useful question. "Could you show me on the map where Zara is located?" She leans forward, points to the second floor, and tells me that both stores are close to each other. I thank her again and take the escalator up, following the crowd. While I ride the escalator, I notice several corridors leading in different directions. I stop for a moment, see another staff member nearby, and decide to make sure I'm going the right way. "Is the elevator close to this entrance, or should I take the escalator?" He explains that the elevator is on the other side, but that the escalator will be faster. I nod and keep walking. The smell of freshly brewed coffee drifts through the air, coming from a Starbucks downstairs. When I reach the second floor, I pass an open area full of bright lights and window displays. I notice a sign for the cinema and think it might be nice to watch a movie later. A couple is passing by, so I ask them politely, "Hi, what's the best way to get to the cinema from here?" They smile and give me directions. I thank them and keep walking. A few minutes later, I realize I should probably stop by the restroom before continuing. Near a Pandora store, I see a cleaning lady pushing a cart, and I ask her kindly, "Hi, could you please tell me where the nearest restroom is?" She points toward the end of the hallway near the Lego store. I thank her, go there, wash my hands, and smile at my reflection. Now I'm ready for the real shopping adventure. Perfect start. You're doing great. Every simple question you learn makes you sound more confident when you speak English in real life. Back in the main corridor, I take a moment to look around. There are signs everywhere. Uniqlo, Nike, Sephora, Levi's, the Apple Store, and even a pret-a-manger cafe in the corner. I want to start with clothes. So I approach a young staff member wearing a name badge. Do you know if there's a Uniqlo store on this floor? He thinks for a second and says, yes, just after the Nike store. I thank him and keep walking, enjoying the atmosphere, the music, the lights, and the mix of people carrying bags. When I reach Nike, I almost go in, but decide to look for something more formal instead. A woman arranging clothes at a Levi's display catches my attention, so I ask her, is there a Levi's store or something similar nearby? She smiles and points toward the left hallway. Perfect! That's exactly what I was looking for. Inside Levi's, the smell of new denim fills the air. I walk slowly through the racks, admiring the jeans, and then remember I promised to buy a small gift for a friend. I walk up to one of the assistants and ask politely, I'm looking for a nice gift for my friend. Could you recommend a store that sells accessories or perfumes? She immediately suggests Sephora on the next floor. I thank her and head upstairs. When I arrive, the Sephora lights glow white and gold. Everything smells wonderful. I look around and an assistant greets me with a warm smile. I ask her a quick question before browsing. Excuse me, are there any special discounts today? She nods and tells me some perfumes are 20% off. I test one, love the scent, and decide to buy it. As I leave, I stop by an elevator guard to check something important. Hi, could you tell me what time the stores close tonight? He says most stores close at 9. That's perfect. I still have plenty of time to explore and maybe grab dinner later. Excellent. You just used polite, complete sentences that people really say. That's real progress. This is how confidence is built. Back in the main corridor, I take a moment to look around. There are signs everywhere. Uniqlo, Nike, Sephora, Levi's, the Apple Store, and even a pret-a-manger cafe in the corner. I want to start with clothes. So I approach a young staff member wearing a name badge. Do you know if there's a Uniqlo store on this floor? He thinks for a second and says, yes, just after the Nike store. I thank him and keep walking, enjoying the atmosphere, the music, the lights, and the mix of people carrying bags. When I reach Nike, I almost go in, but decide to look for something more formal instead. A woman arranging clothes at a Levi's display catches my attention, so I ask her, is there a Levi's store or something similar nearby? She smiles and points toward the left hallway. Perfect! That's exactly what I was looking for. Inside Levi's, the smell of new denim fills the air. I walk slowly through the racks, admiring the jeans, and then remember I promised to buy a small gift for a friend. I walk up to one of the assistants and ask politely, "I'm looking for a nice gift for my friend. Could you recommend a store that sells accessories or perfumes?" She immediately suggests Sephora on the next floor. I thank her and head upstairs. When I arrive, the Sephora lights glow white and gold. Everything smells wonderful. I look around, and an assistant greets me with a warm smile. I ask her a quick question before browsing. "Excuse me, are there any special discounts today?" She nods and tells me some perfumes are 20% off. I test one, love the scent, and decide to buy it. As I leave, I stop by an elevator guard to check something important. "Hi, could you tell me what time the stores close tonight?" He says most stores close at 9. That's perfect. I still have plenty of time to explore and maybe grab dinner later. Excellent. You just used polite, complete sentences that people really say. That's real progress. This is how confidence is built. Back in the main corridor, I walk towards Zara. It's one of my favorite stores. The lights, the music, the mirrors, everything makes the experience feel cozy and modern. I spot a beautiful jacket on display and go straight to a sales assistant. "Hi, I really love this jacket. Do you have it in a medium size or maybe in another color?" She smiles and goes to check. While waiting, I chat with another shopper nearby. "I love shopping here. Their clothes always fit me well, but sometimes they run out of my size too fast." We laugh together. A moment later, the assistant returns with a beige version of the jacket. "Ooh, this beige color looks great. Could I try it on, please?" She leads me to the fitting rooms. "Excuse me, are the fitting rooms available right now, or do I need to wait in line?" She says I can go in. I put the jacket on, look at myself in the mirror, and it fits perfectly. "I think this one fits perfectly. I'll take it."
Is this making English easier for you? You can show it with a like.
Great work! You're learning sentences that you can actually use. That's how your English becomes alive and real. After checking the mirror one last time, I walk to the counter with the jacket folded over my arm. The cashier greets me kindly, and I want to make sure about the price before paying. "Excuse me, could you please check if this jacket is on sale?" She scans it and smiles. 15% off. Perfect. While she wraps the jacket, I notice a small sign that says "split payment available." So I ask politely, "Could you split the payment on 2 cards, please?" She nods and says that's fine. I pay, thank her, and put the receipt carefully into my purse. The smell of coffee reaches me again, drifting from downstairs, and I can't resist. I take the elevator down. At the bottom, I see the familiar green Starbucks logo glowing. I walk over and ask a security guard nearby, just to be sure. "Excuse me, is there a Starbucks or any other coffee shop near here?" He points around the corner and says, "Just there." I smile and follow the aroma. Inside, the barista welcomes me warmly. I look at the menu and speak clearly. "Hi, could I have a caramel latte and a slice of chocolate cake, please?" He repeats my order and starts preparing it. The smell of coffee fills the air. While waiting, I look for a place to sit, but all the tables are full. I see a woman sitting alone at a large table and ask politely, "Excuse me, is this seat taken or can I sit here?" She smiles and gestures for me to sit. I thank her and enjoy a few quiet minutes. Great! You just used polite, natural English, the kind that makes every interaction pleasant and confident. When I finish my coffee, I decide to explore a little more. The Apple store catches my eye with its glass walls and minimalist design. I walk in, and a young employee in a blue t-shirt greets me. "Hi, I'd like to check the price of the latest AirPods. Are they available in stock?" He nods and shows me a pair in the display. I listen for a moment and think about it, but before deciding, I ask something practical. If I buy them here, is the warranty valid in other stores of the same brand? He explains that it is, as long as I register the product online. I thank him and move on. Passing by the Lego store, I smile at the sound of kids laughing. I step inside and approach a friendly sales assistant. "Hi, do you have something suitable for a 7-year-old boy who loves cars?" She shows me a racing set with tiny tracks and bright colors. It's perfect. I buy it, thank her, and keep walking. After a while, I start feeling hungry. I go up to the food court where the sounds of laughter and plates fill the air. I see McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, and a small Asian restaurant in the corner. I look around and ask a cleaner who's wiping a nearby table, "Excuse me, which restaurant would you recommend here for a quick but tasty lunch?" He points toward the Asian one and says the food is really good. I smile and head that way. "Hi, could I have one chicken bowl with vegetables and rice, please?" The cashier takes my order and gives me a number. While I wait, I enjoy the rhythm of the place. People chatting, kids laughing, and smells mixing in the air. Fantastic! You're learning how to sound confident and polite in every real situation, from ordering food to asking questions naturally. After eating, I feel like having dessert. I walk to a bright Ben& Jerry's stand nearby. The smell of waffle cones makes me smile immediately. "Hi, could I try a small sample of the cookie dough flavor before I order?" The assistant gives me a small spoonful. It's creamy and delicious, so I decide to order a scoop. With my ice cream in hand, I look for a place to sit. "Excuse me, are you leaving? May I take this table?" The family smiles and nods. I thank them and sit down by the window and enjoy a few quiet minutes of sunlight and calm. After resting, I remember I need a lip balm. I stop by a pharmacy near the food court and ask the cashier a simple but useful question. Do you accept contactless payment or only card with chip? She says they accept both. I pay, smile, and take my small bag. Finally, it's time to leave. I walk toward the parking area and approach a guard near the exit. Excuse me, is parking free for customers or do I need to validate the ticket? He explains that it's free for up to 3 hours. Perfect. I check my bags. The jacket from Zara, the perfume from Sephora, the Lego gift, and the lip balm. What a productive day! It was such a great day. I practiced English, bought what I needed, and felt completely confident speaking to everyone. Today, you practiced real English. Natural, useful, and alive. Each sentence was a step forward in your journey to fluency. Remember, you don't need perfection, you need progress. Step by step, repetition by repetition, your English grows stronger every day. Focus on the essential and keep speaking out loud with me tomorrow.
I am Lizzie, and this is Essential English Only. Keep listening, repeating, and developing your English every day. Today you really learned what matters. See you in the next lesson. Focusing on the essentials.